really exciting video. So we just got done shooting our vintage toy video on Toy Boot Camp.
Yes.
And we had planned to put it on there, you know, for a long time. But then we realized as we were doing it that the toys are really cool, and we wanted to make a video on this channel where we can tell you a little bit more about them and actually like talk about them. So I have a bunch of toys from when I was a kid, so we're going to show you.
We have a huge closet full of them.
We're going to show you real vintage toys, just like they were in the video, Mommy. But they're actual vintage toys.
And a bunch of toys.
I did. And so the first ones we're going to show you, we're going to go just in the order that we did in our Toy Boot Camp. So we have a little list here. So here was our vintage toy checklist. So these are all the ones we're going to be showing you. I'm just going to go through this list. These are the ones that we're going to show you today. All of the toys that I used to play with when I was little that I kept. And so I was an only child, so my toys actually, I was pretty gentle with a lot of these. So my toys are actually in pretty decent condition.
Every toy of hers, even like the tiny figurines.
That's true, and I remember a lot of their names. I was really into toys. So I have some really neat collections, and the girls are allowed to play with them, but they're only allowed to play with them. They're only allowed to kind of like play with them one at a time, so we keep them stored in the same bins. They're not just all over their rooms and stuff. Like, we actually keep them nice and collected. So this is going to be a really fun video to show you guys.
Especially for Mom,
all these things.
To look back on all her toys.
I know, I'm really excited. So the two we have sitting out here on the table are Stretch Armstrong and this Chatterbox. And you guys will probably notice this from, if you've seen Toy Story. You'll see this toy. This was really popular probably when I was like a 1-year-old or a 3-year-old or something like that, way back in the 80s. So this toy is really well known, and I was really excited. So how I found these, Target actually has a section right now, and it says
it's like
play it again or enjoy it again or something like that, and they have all these vintage toys. And so what was really cool is I was planning this video some months ago before they had that section out, and I was like, man, you know what, the two things I really wanted to get was that old chatter phone, because that's like iconic of an old vintage toy.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to get Stretch Armstrong because that's like my childhood and he was so awesome. And so I was like, where can I find these? I was going to try to find, like look on eBay and different things.
Pay $100 for this.
No, I wasn't. But I was wanting to look on eBay or whatever, so we could kind of supplement some of my toys I saved with some of like the iconic vintage toys. And I was at Target this one day, and there it was, like this end cap, and it had all these vintage toys. I had Pound Puppies, which we're going to show you some of my old Pound Puppies. It had really fun games like Rock'em Sock'ems. I wish I had that here, but our video was getting too long. Mastermind was a fun game I used to play. They have old Trolls. I'll show you all my old Trolls.
Yeah.
They had old My Little Ponies, which unfortunately I don't have any of those. But if you haven't seen that area of Target, you should check it out because it's out there new, it's recent, and it's really neat how they have all these old vintage toys for you to buy. Again, it's really cool. So we're going to get started, and we're going to show you these two first, just like we did in the video. And then we're going to just move on down the list and keep showing you the fun toys.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so we got out Mr. Stretch Armstrong. This was a super cool toy. I'm going to look up the year. Hold on. Okay, so I looked up the dates. He was first released in 1976. And he was available all the way to 1997. So he was out in stores for a really long time. He also had a really awesome dog that came with him. Like, sold separately, but he had a Stretch dog, which was really cool. That's all I remember. I don't know if there was other Stretch things too, but let's show you him. So I played with him sometime probably in the early 90s. So we think he's filled with either some kind of like cornstarch, like oobleck kind of thing, or maybe there's gel in here that makes him
I think it's
stretchy,
because like if you go,
but he's very heavy. He could really hurt you if you chucked him at somebody.
Yeah.
His head is not stretchy.
It's plastic. I wanted to stretch out his head.
He looks a lot like his original design, so that's really cool. And so the girls are going to demonstrate stretching him for you so you can see him stretch out. Okay, we're seeing how far can he stretch.
Okay.
We need a stronger person, we think, than Lisa.
Yeah, I think she's
He's pretty hard to stretch. He can stretch pretty far, but like he's really heavy and he's really kind of hard to stretch, kind of tough. I think over time he might stretch out more, like get a little bit looser. One thing I remember from these is like they did used to get holes in them, like if you overstretch them. So that was one drawback, but they were still a really cool toy. They say you can tie him up, you can wrap him up, and you can stretch him out. He's really cool.
Like this?
Okay, we got him all tied
Cannonball!
up.
Cannonball!
I'm sure he would sink really quickly in the pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull with Adalia and we're gonna see. Ooh, he does get pretty far.
Wow.
I'm kind of nervous to pull too hard. I don't want Adalia to let go. It's gonna hurt. His head's gonna hit me. Anyway, so that is the original Stretch Armstrong. That's what he looks like. Okay, so we're showing you the chatter phone. And when we did this part on our Toy Capades, don't miss it because
It was so much fun.
it was really funny.
Yeah.
The girls, I didn't write a script for this just because it wasn't really necessary. And the girls surprised me and started ad-libbing with funny things to say into the phone.
I have super funny things. You have to go check out the
Yeah, go check it out, and then when you watch it, know that the girls made this up themselves like that. That was their stuff, so it was really funny.
Can I give them a sneak peek?
Sure.
Okay, that
OMG, you didn't get all of the series 2 rainbow corns? Well, I did. It is
Thank you for that.
funny.
It was funny. So
Oh,
this is, let's show them the chatter phone.
It's so fun. His
Okay,
eyes-
show us yours.
$5,000? You're out of your mind.
So let's show you the little chatter phone. I have no idea if this is like what the original box looked like, but that's what it comes in now at Target. This is a new one that we just bought a couple weeks ago. But he looks just like the original. Look at that.
It looks like just the one in Toy Story 4.
He does. No, Toy Story 3.
3.
Yeah, this is from number 3. You'll recognize it. And when you
his
pull it,
eyes
his
move.
eyes move up and down. Isn't that cool? And yeah, he looks just like the original. And does all the same things the original does.
Boop, boop. Hi. We would like 2,000 pieces. Chocolate color, thank you. Bye.
So you can pull him by this little cord. And he was like one of those things that could just follow you around. This is really good, like a toddler toy. I think Ainsley's actually gonna love him. But if you want an iconic toy that probably every adult played with, and if you want your kids to play with it, then you'll know he's at Target.
Now we have the Puppies.
Okay, so these are actual ones I used to have as my collection.
These are Mom's. So
And Adalia and her older brother have played with these for many years.
many years.
Lay's the last one. So these came out, I'm going to look that up and I'll let you know in a second. These are the miniature ones. There's Pound Puppies, kitties, even pigs, bunnies, and there was like safari ones.
Tigers.
I don't think this is every single one of ours.
No,
They
I
came in
think we're
packs of
missing
3.
like 3.
So somehow they're mixed up in some other container because this is one of the ones that kids do play with. But we'll show them to you. So we have all of these guys, and
They're so cute.
I had a list of all the names. I named them as a kid.
I
And
probably ripped them up.
unfortunately, yeah, I think that was Adalia who,
Or maybe it was Dovin because he was mischievous.
or
a
maybe
lot.
it was her brother who lost the list. So I do remember a couple of the names I named them, and we called the names in the video, but we were making them up as we went.
No,
they didn't
because
have,
we make it.
they didn't have like official names they came with, but I named him Chum,
Chum.
and this is Hazelnut.
And
this is Flapjack, and these 4 were my favorite, but I don't remember his name. And so those are the ones I named, and then I know he was Halloween.
Halloween.
One of these kitties was named Midnight,
I
but
think it's this one because it doesn't have the belly.
it probably was that one was Midnight.
I named this one Brown Sugar and this one Toasted Marshmallow.
Okay, so that's what we called them in the
And this
video.
one was Tiger Lily.
There's Tiger Lily.
Yeah, I named Tiger Lily, and I named this one Cannon.
Camo.
Camo.
This is Camo right here. And
We
then
have Ginger and Cinnamon.
Yep, so they had names. Okay, so we're showing you a close-up of all of them. If there's still comments on this video, then comment down below which one of these is your favorite. And we're going to pick favorites real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Who has a favorite?
This one's my favorite. And I really love this one and this one.
So Toasted Marshmallow Piggy, this is Dahlia's favorite. Lisa, what's your favorite, girl?
Tiger Lily.
I thought so. Lisa named her, and that was hers. So Mommy's favorite is Flapjack. I love him. He's special. Okay, so I couldn't find exact information of when these were released, but Pound Puppies went all the way through the 80s and then into the mid-90s. I think these were kind of around the end of when Pound Puppies were out based on my age. I'm just kind of trying to remember what age I played with them. I think these came out probably like sometime in between maybe 93 to 95. Sometime in there is when these were probably in stores.
Okay guys, so that was our Pound Puppy collection.
Okay, so next we're showing you the dog. And
dog.
there is actually, they came big, but these are the miniature plush dogs, and they were actually put out for McDonald's in 2004.
Yes.
I looked this up already. April 2004, they came out with the dogs for McDonald's.
And there's cats.
And so I'm gonna link a video for you right now. We just did a McDonald's toy hunt with the recent TY Beanie Babies, Beanie Boos. What were they? Yeah, Beanie Boos. And
they're right there.
it brought back a lot of old memories of the dogs.
Mommy went around with Dad and drove around for hours searching for every dog.
I did. So before all of the kids were born, I think I was pregnant. But before a bunch of the kids were born, these came out in the McDonald's and I just had to collect them. So I guess I've always been a toy collector at heart. And so this is like a really good job for me to be a YouTube toy collector because so we went around, but this was before we had cell phones and before we had like internet really, like kind of did, but not a whole lot. So here they all are, and I would spend hours calling different McDonald's and saying, okay, which one do you have? And like trying to collect them. We drove around to tons and tons and tons of McDonald's, like we just kind of did recently for our toy hunt, where we captured that on video. And I was trying to get every one of them. I think I did end up getting the whole set, but I can't tell you if this is the whole set or not right here. I did not look that up because there's definitely less cats than there are dogs. So I don't know if that was intentional by the company and we do have them all here, or if we're missing a few that over the years got played with.
Yeah.
But these are really cute because they have collars that can come off. And so you can take off his little collar, and
it's a little hard, but
it's kind of hard, but the kids did used to take them off and play with them and remove his collar. Some of our collars are missing, which is kind of a shame. I think they're probably somewhere in the house, but okay, so those were the dogs. We hope you guys enjoyed seeing those, and now we're going to move on to our next toy. And these are all my kitties. I don't have as many of these, but I really like them.
Parker, Nugget, and Scratch.
Yep, so some of my favorites were Nugget right here. This one is Parker, and that one is Scratch. And unfortunately, I don't remember the names of any of the other ones, but they all came named. All Puppy and Kitty surprises come named. And there was a lot more than just Puppy and Kitty surprise. So I'm going to tell you some of the names of my favorite ones, because there was kind of like, I had some original ones.
This one's Volcano, I know.
And then there was ones that kind of came out like in other waves of them. And so the ones I played with the most were these. So I'm going to pick them out. This is Sandy, Zany, Suzanne, this one was Colossus, Dice, Alfie, Volcano right here. This was my original Volcano. I'm not sure how I got a duplicate Volcano. This one is Law, Big Boy. And then we have Drake back here. I played with Drake a lot. Blair. Meredith. This one is Destro. This one is Glib. And so this was kind of like my first round of them, was these front ones right here. So those are my most well remembered. These are all super cute too, but I just didn't get a chance to play with them as much, I guess. And all my kitties were pretty much my original ones. So even though I remembered a couple of their names, we didn't remember all their names. We had this checklist that I saved, which is kind of cool to still have it. And then we also had a checklist from like kind of the second wave of them. We're not going to tell you all their names, but I also have something else to show you. So I didn't set all these up because I don't have all of them in this container, but there was like little dogs, moms with their babies, and there was little horses with their babies.
And there was penguins.
And there was a penguin. And there was even like elephants with their babies, and then like here's the mama, and then the koala. And they came with like the dogs and little mom kittens came in here, and there was like a blanket, and they fit on there, and they'd sit on there and sleep. And then like some of the other animals, like the horse, like the penguin and koala, like they had a round kind of thing like this, but it was like a fence with like grass, and they just sit in there. And so that's what they came with, and they were super cute. I really loved collecting these moms with these babies. We have them somewhere. I'm not digging through the whole big box for them, so this is what we can show you for right now.
Okay, next we're showing you Littlest Pet Shops.
Okay, on to the Littlest Pet Shops. This is fun because we have two different sets of them.
Yes.
Really, really vintage and like 10-year-old vintage.
Mine.
Yep.
That I played with.
Dahlia's little kid ones from a lot of years ago. Okay, so we're really excited to show you guys
We love these.
So we set all these up for you guys to see, and it's very labor intensive, but we're really excited to show you because we have a lot of these full sets here. So this was a pet store actually, and we'll show you the front in just a second, but it has shelves here for all the different animals, and so these are some of the sets that we have that are super fun. Down here is a little chameleon.
And it's Mommy's
I'm going to get him out in a second. He's my absolute favorite. His name is Herman. And we have some birds. And then up here we have a really neat fish tank and a really pretty bird.
And then we got Beethoven.
We do have
and his puppies.
the Beethoven set and the puppies.
With overflowing food.
I'm missing a puppy somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we have the cash register with food. And we have these frogs. These frogs are really cool. And they weren't meant to come off like their lily pads. But when I was a kid, I wanted to play with their lily pads, so I took them off. I think I had to kind of like rip them a little bit. But they finally came off, and now they can go back on, and I can actually play with them. There's a really fun thing. And I don't know, I think it's the lily pads you're supposed to like catapult. But there's like a catapult there. And it makes the lily pad and the frog like actually hop and go flying. So do you want to demonstrate for us? Okay, so Dahlia's gonna see if we can make it work.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
Maybe we can try it again. There's like a little, show at the bottom. So there's like a little thing that sits on that catapult.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wow.
Okay, so he kind of does. It's kind of fun. Maybe that's their version of a frog hopping contest. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, that went. Okay, that's fun. So it does work. And then over here, the water doesn't stay nice in this, but you could put water in there, and there's some like different aquatic ones. And then there's like, you use this because some of them are like magnetized, like the snail and the seahorse are magnetized, and you could actually make them like move around, which is kind of cool. And the turtles were the same way. They had like a thing that was magnetized, and you could actually make them move under there, and it was really kind of cool. And then in here is meant to be the door with some leashes and a mat. And then here comes Herman.
Herman.
This is Herman. I love him. This is like one of my most favorite toys ever. So that's our Herman. And then I wanted to show you more close up the fish tank. So it closes up, which is really cool. And then you can open it up to play with it, and you can see all the toys in there. Isn't that neat? And so this was the front of it, Littlest Pet Shop. There was a window that went to it, and we actually have had it all the way up till our recent move. And
now we can find it.
But it's in the house somewhere. We do have it, but I wish we could show it to you guys with the cute window. And then all the fun stickers on the front. So that's the whole, it's like a piece of cardboard, but it stayed so nice all these years I've had this. So then we have a vet care center. What's going on over here?
We got some x-ray stuff.
So the poor little puppy has a broken leg. And there he is with his broken leg.
And the kitty has lice.
The kitty has all those fleas. Isn't that gross?
And he has a butterfly.
And a butterfly in his stomach. Aw. So there's the kitty with all his fleas. And actually, it was a color change one. If you put it in maybe like cold water, the fleas would go away.
And then we have a scale.
Okay, so that's the puppy scale. And this was meant to be the x-ray machine. I think that's where these fit in there. And then we have a whole like zoo and SeaWorld area. This is really fun. So what do you notice over here, Lace?
This is my favorite part because they have penguins. The penguin can hop off and fly down.
Yeah, the penguins slide down. Show us our polar bear.
Oh yeah. So you hold it down, and then there's a little magnet side.
That's right. And the polar bear. The polar bear grabs it and he eats his fish.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
And the whales swim.
They do. These whales can spin around, which is neat. And so there's lots of different pieces to that. And we got a baby like cheetah or tiger or whatever that is. And we have some baby monkeys. We have another whole area over here, like a jungle crew. I think there was an elephant that came with that. I would have to dig a little bit more in the box. We have a lot more toys, but these are the ones that had like complete sets and looked really nice.
We've got a zebra.
And then we got our zebra. So those are all our Littlest Pet Shops. These are probably from, I don't know, the early 90s, perhaps. And I played with them with Barbies along with the puppy in my pockets.
with the shoppy dolls with.
That's true.
Probably what we're gonna do because we're leaving these out tonight so we can play with them.
That's true.
We
So
haven't played with them for
now,
a
because we
while.
have it all set up, so it's really fun looking. So we're gonna move these very carefully, and then we're gonna show you the other Littlest Pet
My
Shops
Littlest
that
Pet
Adalia
Shops.
had when she was really small. So these are probably
Like
like
smaller than her. Like
I think these are probably about 10 years old. And then we're going to just show you the pets. We have a lot of houses, but man, those are buried in the garage. So,
they're big,
so you're just going to
fun
see all the
houses.
actual pets. Yeah, but the big fun houses, we can't get them out. But maybe if you give this video a like and we get enough likes,
subscribe.
we're going to put it on Lace's channel. They'll get out the Littlest Pet Shops with all the houses and play with them. So that would be fun. Dun 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 dun!
Oh, my Littlest Pet Shops.
This is Adalia's Littlest Pet Shop collection from when she was a very, very little girl.
Yes.
Probably a lot of these were before she was actually even born or when she was a baby.
Yeah.
And then she played with them.
Yeah, I
when she was
remember
older.
where I got this one. It was from swim lessons.
Yeah, we found that on the ground at swimming lessons.
And I was
so
like,
we felt
Mommy,
bad
can I
'cause
keep it? And
there
you're
was,
like,
you know, it belonged to little girls, so we turned it in. And then they said, well, you have to wait a certain amount of time, and then if no one claims it, you can come back. So we did check back again, and it became ours.
because I really, really wanted it at the time so much because I was collecting all the Littlest Pet Shops. And
I know, so you
I
were
want
really
it.
excited. But we did the right thing, and then you got rewarded anyway. And then now that one became part of all of these special ones.
I really love these three glittery
collected
ones too.
forever.
I really like these three glittery ones too.
We have the elephant.
We've got a kiwi bird.
We've got a glittery turtle.
I love all the dragonflies too. There's so many dragonflies.
So we have that dragonfly also. And we have that dragonfly.
And that one.
And that dragonfly.
And that one.
Ah, and that dragonfly.
And then I think there's probably
And I
more
don't think that thing is a dragonfly. We have a lot of lizards too. We have that lizard.
that lizard.
And that lizard and
that
that
lizard.
lizard.
And these two lizards.
And this one
that
here.
one,
And we have
these
two lizards back there.
I really like the two spiders too. There's two.
Yep, we have two spiders. Oh, we cannot forget this flamingo over here. So we have that flamingo,
That
and
flamingo.
another flamingo. And that looks like a penguin.
Yeah.
And not a flamingo, but we got a toucan.
We got another fuzzy one, and I think the fuzzy ones were rare. All these
So then there's some
special ones that
and
moved,
the
but
snail right here.
but
So
now
they move. Do they move still?
no, they're all out of battery.
Oh, so there was a button that you press on the side. I guess you can change the battery right there, and you.
Whoa, this one works.
Oh, he's working. He's working. So they would move around. That's really cool.
Oh, and this one works, guys. And it's so cute. It wags its tail.
It's super cute. We can't forget this puppy here.
He's awesome.
Look at those
Oh, and there's
colorations.
another glittery one.
That glittery one, and then this one is super
Oh,
cute.
that's
like
glittery.
Hey Hey.
That one's glittery.
That does look like Hey Hey. But
Hey.
this is older, so that was not actually Hey Hey.
Look at these three birds, guys. They're all so cute. So that is our Littlest Pet Shop collection.
Hi, Toy Capaders!
Have you become a member of the Toy Capades squad yet? Click that red subscribe button and you can be an official Toy Capader.
Don't forget to ding the bell and give it a big thumbs up.
Follow us on Instagram for bloopers, sneak peeks, behind the scenes, and more. Thanks for watching.